this class. And I just hit record now. So once again, did you know, and fun facts about essential oils. And so we're just going to have some fun today. But like I say, this whole class is going to be uploaded onto YouTube afterwards, so you can go ahead and review it. Take some snapshots, so as you go, you might find it very interesting. All right, so one thing that we want to be very, very careful of, and I've got a slide that's specifically talking about this, ingesting essential oils. Okay, we are only going to ingest or take inside of our body essential oils that have a supplement facts label. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, so you can always turn that bottle around. I do it even to this day. You know, I still will double check and sometimes triple check what I'm putting into my body, because not all essential oils are made to ingest. However, a good amount of essential oils not only can be, but should be taken internally, because they do all kinds of good things. All right. Roman chamomile, did you know that it can combat depression, insomnia, and stress? Now, this is really, really big, because a lot of us know somebody that is going through these things. I actually gave some, and this was adaptive, and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe Francis, maybe you can look at the ingredients in adaptive, and maybe you can share that with us after the class. You could just do a quick Google search of adaptive ingredients, doTERRA, and then present it. But Roman chamomile is very good for insomnia, depression, stress. Now, like I was saying, most of us know somebody that deal with this. And I had given, this was what I was saying, I had given some adaptive, the little pills. And I also gave an adaptive roll-on that I had just made. I put some adaptive in there, and I also put some Melissa, because Melissa is also very good for anxiety and depression. And I had given it to somebody who had, this is somebody that I know, and they, you know, they normally take, you know, some type of a medication. I'm not really sure what it might be, but they were out. And I said, well, why don't you try this? And because they were, you know, just kind of like all uptight that, you know, they needed this medication, and I gave them some adaptive, and they absolutely love it. And they're going to continue, you know, purchasing and using it. But it all started with me just introducing it, just giving it to them, right? And so we're, you know, we can talk a little bit about adaptive after the class, and Francis, I'm sure will pull up a little bit of information. But cinnamon in the ancient times was included in almost every prescription issued in China. Now remember, back in the day, they didn't have medications like we have today. Matter of fact, they call it Western medicine for a reason. It's the new age stuff, right? Eastern medicine, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. Eastern medicine, they still use a lot of these things. You know, they might prescribe you an actual essential oil or herb, right? So it's pretty interesting, actually. Excuse me, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the class. I want to just kind of go over, you know, just some of these fun facts. The sense of smell. I thought this was very interesting, and I have no idea how they even determined this to be the first sense that would develop. But the sense of smell is the first of all of our senses to develop. Pretty interesting. When you think about it, in the womb, your eyes are usually closed. And I believe that you can hear, but can you smell before you hear? And how did they determine this, right? The sense of touch, the sense of taste, we know that there's nothing going into the mouth, and they don't have any sensation. They're not feeling those types of things that we feel on the other side of the womb. So it's actually pretty interesting to think about it. This is a really nice and really neat one, especially because all of us are women on here. Women have a better sense of smell than men. Very interesting. Matter of fact, I think women's perfume is made for women because, you know, we tend to gravitate toward those perfumes. Research shows that there is a 40% improvement in mood after being exposed to a pleasant scent. That's really, really interesting. Mood can be improved by smell. And I do believe that to be so. I've experienced that with myself. Again, essential oils, remember, they are not just the leaves. They are not just the stems. They are not just the flowers. They're also the bark. They're also the root. And then there are also other elements, such as fruit. Citrus oils, speaking of fruits, like lemon, orange, and grapefruit, have been found to boost positive thoughts and enhance your mood. And a perfect example of this is a blend. We're going to talk about it here in just a few minutes. It's a blend called Cheer. And it's called Cheer for a reason. There is no way that you can smell that and it not give happiness and just a vitality and it uplifts you. It's just a wonderful, wonderful smell. As a matter of fact, me and Francis were talking about that last night, about the difference between the grounding oils and the uplifting oils, right? These 5 oils here on this screen, bergamot, wild orange, grapefruit, lemon, and lime, these are uplifting, not necessarily grounding oils, okay? So really interesting. Now here, really, really neat fun fact, 2 of them actually, 28 cups of peppermint tea is equal 1 drop of peppermint essential oil. You know what that means? That there is a lot of power in each and every drop of essential oil. 1 little drop of peppermint is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's pretty big. What about this? In 1 lemon, there is only 5 drops of essential oil. So you just imagine that bottle that you see on your screen of lemon, that's got roughly 250 drops. So if 1 lemon gives you 5, so do the math, right? What is that? 50, so you need 50 lemons to make one bottle. Am I doing that right? Is my math correct? If you go 5 into 5 drops, anyway, I'm saying about 50, right? That's a lot. All right, how about this? Diffusing essential oils can actually help increase the atmospheric oxygen in a room. That's really interesting. Increasing the oxygen is good for all of our body systems. And that is one of the very important things about essential oils, is that they increase the oxygen, not only in the room, but also as it's coming into your body, it's increasing the oxygen. And oxygen is so important for healing, for just the processes that go on within the human body. Now, how about this one? I thought this was kind of neat. Our sense of smell is strongest in the spring and summer due to the added moisture in the air. So in other words, our sense of smell increases or is enhanced by the humidity that's in the air. And I suppose that could be true, because we know that heat, oftentimes it brings out smells and brings out, whether it's good or bad, right? The heat, often brings it out, right? So you could, I could definitely see that. Now, what about this? When thieves in the 14th century realized that the bubonic plague was contagious, they covered themselves in oils before robbing the sick people. So here were bad people wanting to get close to these, I guess they were dead people from the plague, and they wanted their necklaces or their earrings or whatever, I don't know, whatever, coins in their pocket, whatever they had back in the 14th century that was valuable. Before they came and robbed them, they would put the oils. And that picture you see, actually, this is a picture, it was a common sight from the physicians. They would stuff the beak with herbs and things, and they would cover themselves. They understood that, these herbs and things were actually helping to ward off the viral plague. Now, this is very interesting and something I definitely think that it's worthy to take notice of. The doctors in European medical community, and not just in Europe, but in many other countries as well, they prescribe oils to be taken internally in addition to or in place of pharmaceuticals. So that's something that the Western world we're kind of a little bit behind. Now, there are times where you can find a physician that would also, prescribe essential oils, not just, pharmaceuticals, right? Matter of fact, I've got a good friend, and she was taking some of the turmeric, and I was, having her take this for, it was a condition that she had, and her doctor told her to stop taking it. So it's like, you're taking a natural turmeric and your doctor is going to tell you to stop taking it, because he wanted to have her on a very strict pharmaceutical regimen. And so stop taking this turmeric so that it wouldn't interfere with anything, that he was, it's not my, my call to make, but I definitely don't agree with that. I think there's a problem with, with seeing a doctor that would actually tell you to stop taking something that's not only is it, turmeric is actually like the top supplement that people would take, that it works. It works so well, especially doTERRA's turmeric, because it has the curcumin also. It's a double, it's a pill inside, it's a capsule inside of a capsule, right? So anyway, I just don't agree with that. But here's another fun fact. Sesquiterpenes, they're found in oils and have the ability, and this is something that it makes essential oils superior to almost every modern medicine. They have the ability to go through the blood-brain barrier, which helps treat brain diseases such as Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's, Parkinson's, and even MS. This is really big, and even more so. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why for anxiety, for depression, for some of these different, mental illnesses that people are diagnosed with more and more and more, right? These oils have a way of helping in a way that what medications do is they block receptors and they kind of make you comfortably numb, right? And so not only can you not feel the emotion in a way that would make you anxious or depressed or whatever, but sometimes you can't feel very much emotion. And so you just, like I said, just numb. And so the beautiful part about essential oils is that they don't have those type of effects, right? Like I was saying about that adaptive, I had given it to somebody and they told me, they said they were feeling so happy and so energetic. And it was like, wow, maybe we don't need this medication that we're being prescribed from this, psychiatrist. Maybe we can take something like this and it can actually work just as good, if not better, without the dangerous and harmful side effects. I'm not a doctor. I don't tell anybody to get off of any medication, but I just know that there are things that we can do to, whether it's complementing what we're already doing or substituting. So what? I really like this slide. So these elements allow essential oil to heal where no other medicine cannot. And this is, again, that blood-brain barrier, okay? So they are very, very effective, okay? Frankincense is the top for this sesquiterpenes. Frankincense is top. As a matter of fact, frankincense, one of the protocols for dementia, for Alzheimer's, is as simple as taking a bottle of frankincense and putting a drop on the crown of your head every single day, whether it's once or twice a day. Just putting it on the crown of your head, okay? And it absorbs in there. And if you know anything about the anatomy, the circulatory system it's really, really interesting how these oils actually penetrate and how they work. Another top oil for crossing the blood-brain barrier is sandalwood, and there are plenty of others, but I'm going to save that for another day. So like I was saying about how the oils actually absorb into the skin, they absorb easily and they are carried easily into the bloodstream, very easily. And the reason why is because they are lipid-based, okay? And we've got a lot of oils and that lipid just, it just diffuses very easily through the skin and goes into our bloodstream, and then within minutes is carried to every single cell in our body. Okay, your bloodstream services every single cell in your body, and you have a lot of them. And so understanding the circulatory system and the capillaries and the action and the way that it diffuses through there, high pressure, low pressure, it is unbelievably interesting. Every cell of your body can be serviced by the essential oils as they travel through your circulatory system. Now, how the body responds, okay? So in your blood, just by putting that oil on your skin, it services your digestive, your respiratory system. It services your cardiovascular system, your endocrine or your hormonal. It's detoxifying. These oils are tremendous, and they are such a benefit to us. We just got to get them on our skin and use them. So that's the biggest takeaway from this. You just got to use them. And if you don't have them, and if you're not using them, and if you have not seen the benefit of them, get them on your body, get them in your body, get them going, diffusing in your room. Right now behind me, I have fennel, I have ylang ylang, and I have spearmint. And it is an unbelievably wonderful smell in this room right now. Get them working for you in your life. Now, the beautiful thing really about essential oils is they cannot be patented, because who owns a ylang ylang tree, right? If anybody, I might say it's God, right? They're not, we cannot patent these oils and say, oh, ylang ylang is only mine and I'm the only one that can sell it and I'm the only one. No, they grow all over the place, right? But in particular in Madagascar, off the coast of Africa. Now, here is the last of the, I don't know if this is called a fun fact, but during the 17th century, if you were caught using herbs for medicinal reasons, as these women here, looks like they're putting something in this cauldron, right? You were hanged as a witch. If you were caught using essential oils for any reason, medicinal or otherwise, you were hanged as a witch. That is pretty bad, pretty bad. But I also thought it was pretty interesting too. So back to the internal use of essential oils, okay? Using essential oils internally, you gotta be very careful, okay? You don't wanna overdo it. 1 to 3 drops is all you need when it's an internal dose of essential oils. But there's 2 bottles of oil here. One, if you can see, it obviously and clearly states supplement facts. The other one does not. All you have to do is just take your bottle and turn it over. If it does not say supplement facts, do not take the oil internally, okay? Most of them, however, are going to say supplement facts. Most of them are good to use internally, okay? So always check your bottles, okay? You want to be safe rather than sorry. All right, so cineol, the compound in basil. We're going to talk about basil in just a few minutes. Basil helps to support respiratory health. The constituent is also present in eucalyptus. So what I'm saying here is that oftentimes you can have 2 oils that have similar constituents, right? They have similar properties, right? And then other times they're totally, total opposite ends of the spectrum, kind of like what I was saying, maybe the difference between, vetiver and lemon, right? Kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, if, with essential oils. But eucalyptus and basil, very, very close constituency. And it's very, very good for respiratory health. But we're going to talk about other things that basil is good for in just a minute. Rosemary. Now, rosemary is an oil that everybody should have, okay? This oil is so good for so many different things, okay? It breaks down acetylcholine. Now, acetylcholine is what's present in the neurojunction. Okay, it's part of like the synapse process, and you know, it's basically that's our communication system between the brain and anything else, right? It's like if you cut yourself on your arm, it sends a signal up to your brain saying, ouch, right? without that proper channel, it's like I cut myself and it's like, oh, I don't feel anything, right? That communication is very, very important. It's what makes you remove your hand from something hot, right? Because of that communication system. Rosemary breaks down acetylcholine in the brain, which allows nerve cells to communicate even more effectively with one another. The mere act of sniffing rosemary essential oil helps to improve long-term memory. Now, if you were to be studying, maybe you're trying to concentrate on something, whatever it might be, rosemary and peppermint are some of the best oils to diffuse together. 3 drops of rosemary, 3 drops of peppermint, or 4 drops of rosemary and 2 of peppermint. Peppermint's very, very powerful. 4 and 2 is probably a good, what do you call? Anyway, 4 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of peppermint, and helps you to retain what it is that you're studying. So anybody out there studying for anything? I know I am. I've got 2 more coding exams that I got to take to remove this apprenticeship status. And oh my goodness, these tests are crazy hard. And so, this is a great combination of oils, performance and mental arithmetic, memory, all of those types of things. All right, so now on the lighter side of things, we were talking about lemon just a few minutes ago. White vinegar and a few drops of lemon essential oil to remove your nail polish naturally. I'm going to repeat, naturally. Has anybody ever used that nail polish remover that when you're done, it's like, wow, did I remove half of my nail? And not only that, it smells absolutely terrible. I feel like I'm going to pass out from the fumes, right? Let me put the cap back on that bottle, right? Just soak your fingertips in a bowl of the vinegar solution, vinegar, and a few drops of lemon oil, and then just rub the polish off. Now, isn't that for a nice natural way to take care of yourself? Now, I thought this was a really interesting fact. Your cell phone is 10 times dirtier than a toilet seat. Now, I wipe my cell phone off like almost daily, right? With my towel, after I'm done, drying my hands with the towel, it's still a little bit damp and I just wipe off my phone. That alone does not, it might remove some of the surface dirt, but does it take care of the bacteria or viruses or whatever? A few drops of lemon on a cleaning cloth and wipe your phone down. That's a pretty neat one. How about this? Got any kids? You got kids, you got some crayons and drawings where you don't want crayons and drawings, right? A few drops of lemon on a cleaning cloth and watch it disappear. So let's try it. Tell me what you think. All right, and I apologize for the poor quality of this slide. But I want to talk a little bit about these emotional roller blends. They're known as touch. These, when I started with essential oils, these were not, I really could care less for the touch blends. I wanted the bottle of the full strength oil, just give it to me like that. But I have really come to love these roller bottle blends. I use them all the time. I use them daily, sometimes a couple times a day. But the Cheer is probably my favorite one. I know some people like Motivate, but Cheer is my absolute favorite. There's no way that you can not be happy smelling Cheer, right? This actually comes in a package together. All 6 of these touch blends, they all come together in a package. Now this is another really nice one. Again, touch. But having these all together makes it so convenient, right? You can roll it on. It's It's already been diluted for you, right? So that it's also cheaper than buying a bottle of oil, because they put it together in such a way that it's diluted, so you can apply it directly to your skin. You don't have to worry about skin sensitivity. I know peppermint and melaleuca, those are always the ones, and oregano for sure. These are the ones that can be very sensitive to your skin. But these, they already have them pre-diluted. They're cheaper than regular bottles of oil, and they're awesome, awesome to have. I know like I might have an occasional pimple, like I had one right here, and I kept putting lavender on it, and it makes it go away so quickly. So, like I was saying, the pre-diluted ones are here on the top. The doTERRA Touch roller bottles are pre-diluted with FCO, or fractionated coconut oil. They can be used as is. Now, the ones on the bottom are undiluted. These are straight oils. Now, the nice thing about it, I know when I get the Immortelle, I pop that top and I'm mixing the FCO, and I can actually make 2 or sometimes even 3 roller bottles out of just one. Okay, so they're undiluted. They can be very, very strong, but they're also, these are oils that are safe to use neat. What does neat mean? It means without dilution. Okay. So like I say, you can also, you can make 2 or sometimes even 3 roller bottles with just what's in one of these. Okay. So what I mean by that is, you purchase the Immortelle and you purchase 1 for the price. Well, you're actually getting 3. You can make 3 out of just that one. All right. So like I was telling you, I wanted to talk a little bit about basil, and I'm also going to talk about a few other oils, but this is a beautiful, clean oil. Okay. It's got a warm, spicy, herbal type of a smell. Very good for mental alertness, lessens anxiety. It's very, very good for women's monthly issues. It's a cooling agent for the skin. Peppermint is as well. Using both of these together would be perfect. But if you're overly hot, a little bit of basil and peppermint, rub it on the back of your neck. That's usually where where we feel the heat. It's one of the hottest places on our body. Maybe in underneath the arms. Those are areas where the heat just seems to really build up. But then you can also cook with this oil. So this is an oil that you can and should take internally. Fennel. Like I said, I have it going behind me. I didn't realize how much I really love this oil until I ran out of it. And it was like, where's the fennel? It's like, get every last drop out. I'm banging the bottle, trying to get every last drop out of it. This oil is a wonderful, wonderful smell, especially when you combine it with you can make some masterpieces with this oil. Not only that though, it is very, very good for your digestion, for circulation, for respiration. It is very, very good in so many different ways. This oil has been used for like forever. And you can take this also internally, but you just got to be careful because it could be sensitive on your skin. So you might want to dilute it. Just all depends. Now, here's what I've been talking about the grounding oil. Now, notice the difference with even the looks of this. It's more warm, it's earthy. I'm not saying that the others are not, but this is a very grounding, earthy oil. Okay, I was talking to Frances last night. We were talking about grounding, and I told her, I said, my daughter Michelle, she used to always tell us to, take off our shoes and socks and go earthing. It's like, what is earthing? Well, it's grounding. It's just like stabilizing. It's just, just settling you down, right? I'm trying to describe what grounding means, right? So when my daughter said earthing, what does that mean? It just means that it's balancing you, it's centering you, it's planting you. And Frances might, be able to say something after class in this regard, but it is a very grounding oil. But it's also very, very good for your skin. Okay, just a little bit goes a long way. It's good for massaging. It's very, very good for your thoughts, just for relaxing your thoughts. And here's a really good one. Ever wonder why these trees, the cedarwood tree, can grow and thrive? And I mean, it's in the midst of the forest where bugs are everywhere. Well, guess what? This tree has a way to naturally repel insects. Guess what? The oil does it also. Isn't that awesome? Who likes bugs, right? Nobody likes bugs. We're all trying to get rid of bugs, keep them out of our house, keep them off of our bodies, keep them away from our food, right? We hate bugs. We're in a war with bugs. I often think one of these days, these bugs are going to get mad at us and they're going to band together and they're going to rule the world. But until such time, we can just use cedarwood. Anyway, all right, clementine. This is the free product of the month. This month, clementine. It's not an oil that that you hear about very often. I use it. I always have it downstairs in my kitchen. I diffuse it downstairs. I put it in my water. I just love clementine. It's a very, very mild citrus flavor. Okay, it's very light. It's just very, very. You can put it in your facial cleanser. It's just wonderful. You can clean with it, but you get it into your bodies, and it helps to detox. It gets your gut moving. It's just a beautiful, beautiful oil, and it is free this month when you make a 125 PV order. So if there's anything that you really, really want, get it this month, and then you get this clementine for free. All right, I want to talk just a little bit about children, because we have to be very careful when using essential oils for kids. I learned that firsthand, and my daughter who's on this call can tell you some stories. I learned it firsthand to be very, very careful when using oils on children. That has to be diluted, okay? And we're going to talk about this children's kit that you see right here in front of you. It's 6 wonderful oils that you can put in the hand of your child, and you can let them go at it. Of course, you still do want to supervise, but it's something that they can kind of feel empowered themselves. So essential oils for babies and children. Now, I know we talked a little bit about this last week, but this blend in particular, if anybody out there has little kids, this is definitely a collection that you want to have. There's Thinker. It's good for attention. It's good to for clarity, mental stress. If maybe you've got a child, or a child that maybe has ADHD or something like that, this would be a very good blend. I have given more of this oil away than probably any other oil ever. I mean, I don't know. I've given away a lot of peppermint, but this oil, I've given a lot of them away, and all of them to children. But it's just a wonderfully smelling. It increases the attention. It's very, very good for kids, going to school, whatever. You can clip it on their backpack. It actually comes just like I was showing on this one here. See, it has the silicone top and a little clip. That's how they come. They come with silicone tops and clips, so they can clip it to their backpack, or to the purse, or to their belt buckle, whatever. So then there's Calmer. Very, very good for rolling on the bottom of the feet to calm down, rolling it on their the pulse points, to just give a calm, relaxing atmosphere, helps children to settle down, and adults as well. And then there's Stronger, which strengthens the immune system. Okay. Let me take that down. Okay, there we go. All right, then there's Tamer. Very, very good for any kind of motion sickness, or maybe digestive issues, whatever. There's Rescuer, and that's very, very good for growing pains, for muscle problems. Good to massage in, to the muscles. There's Steady, which we were just talking about, grounding oils, promotes feelings of calmness, of balancing. And then there's Brave, which this is probably the one that I probably know the least about, but it's a courage blend. So I guess, for confidence, I really don't really understand how, this oil would work, to boost confidence, but just let it be known that it is very energizing, it's very invigorating. All right. And all of these oils together make for some happy feet, right? Look at these kids rolling them on their feet, right? So that's a very, very good way for kids to use oils, as a matter of fact, because it's a very safe place to use the oils. All right, want to talk just a little bit about geranium. Why do I want to talk about geranium? One is because I absolutely love the smell of geranium, and two, it's on sale. So I bought one. I might buy another one before the month is over too, because somebody wants the geranium that I bought. Now, geranium, very, very good for your skin, okay? If you have problem skin, I don't care what the problem is, geranium is good for your skin, all right? It's good for your hair. It's very, very calming. It's floral. As a matter of fact, geranium is a cheaper version of rose. So if you're one that really, really wants rose but cannot afford rose, geranium is a much cheaper version of rose. And it is a beautiful, beautiful smell. Okay. I have a diffuser blend and it's called Open Heart. And Open Heart, not like open heart surgery, but Open Heart is a beautiful smell. And geranium is one of the, one of the top oils in that blend. If anybody wants that blend, by the way, let me know. It's a natural insect repellent. Look at this. So many of these oils are natural insect repellents, which makes a lot of sense because what are the biggest threat to plants and trees? It would be insects, right? Because insects are everywhere out there. So they've got to have some type of a natural insect repellent built in. So it's actually kind of neat that a lot of these oils actually repel insects. All right, now, putting this class together, I found this. I always knew it was there, but I said, you know what? Let me make sure everybody knows how to get this. It's a free ebook, okay? Because I have so many people that text me and say, hey, what oil is good for this? Or what is this oil all about? Or what this, that. Here we have 100 uses for essential oils. It's a free ebook. Just go to this website, snap a picture of this, go to this website. It's all in PDF format. It is a wonderful resource, okay? You can access it on your computer or on your cell phone, okay? Save it, you can email it to yourself, you can text it to yourself, and you have it at your fingertips, okay? So snap a picture of this because this is a very, very good resource, okay? Free information that doTERRA puts out there. Another thing you can do is you can literally Google things. I can't tell you how many times, like somebody might say, hey, what is eucalyptus good for? And all I do? I go to Google, I type in doTERRA eucalyptus. Bam, it brings me up this, it's a beautiful, what do you call information. And you just scroll and it's just information after information. And then I could just text that to people. I could text it back to myself, however I want to do it. And you can have all the information that I have literally at your fingertips. Wanted to talk just for a second about the Loyalty Rewards program. Now, if you don't or you are not on the Loyalty Rewards program, this is something that I would definitely suggest that you be on, okay? Because you actually earn a % back from your purchases, okay? You start out with 10% back. The longer that you are with the program, you go all the way up to 30% within that first 13 months. So I'm on 30%. So I'll give you a scenario. Let's say I make $100 purchase in a 100 PV purchase in a month. I'm going to get 1/3 of that back, or I should say 33% of that back, 33.33% back in PV points. So if I make $100 PV purchase, I'm going to get 33 points back. That's enough for a bottle of ylang-ylang. That's enough for an entire bottle free. That's on top of all the other free things that I get in that month that doTERRA gives, right? It's a very, very good way to get free products back. Let's see. And then also the product of the month. When you're on the LRP, you are able to get that free product of the month. Like I said, this month it's clementine, right? So your monthly order needs to be 125 PV or higher, and then you receive that product automatically. So anyway, but just remember that has to be done by the 15th of the month. So most of us make a monthly purchase, just do it before the 15th of the month. All right. Now, if anybody knows somebody who is interested in the oils, this is the kit that is, I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's a great kit. It's not overly expensive, but it gives you pretty much everything you need to get started. Okay, it gives you the 10 top essential oils plus a cool, cute diffuser. Okay, so like I say, 10 top oils. Take a snapshot, send this out to those that you know, and you know, let them get started with the essential oils. This is something that I just feel very passionate about, that everybody should be able to get the benefits of these beautiful oils. Now this is also another kit. It's a little more expensive. These bottles now are 3 times the size of these bottles. Okay, these are 5 ml. These are 15 ml bottles, with the exception of the deep blue. 15 ml bottles, but this gives you the adaptive. Remember we were talking about that adaptive? Good for any kind of mental issue possible. It also gives you the Copaiba, which is a wonderful, they say that it works very similar to frankincense, but it's cheaper than frankincense. Copaiba is better than CBD. And I talk about that a lot of times in these classes. CBD is just crazy popular anymore, right? CBD oil, you see it everywhere, right? People just don't know that Copaiba, not only is it cheaper, but it actually works better than CBD oil. CBD is not an essential oil. Copaiba is. Anyway, and then this also gives you balance, which is not in that other kit. But again, very, very good for emotional support. Now, this is the Healthy Habits. These are for those of us that love the supplements, like myself. These supplements are wonderful. They are the foundation of our health, along with a good diet. Okay. These supplements, the Exio Omega, the Microplex VMZ, and the Alpha CRS, these 3 products should be in everybody's kitchen. And it should be taken along with our breakfast and then along with our dinner. You always take it with food. This kit gives you the deep blue, which is absolutely phenomenal. I use this a lot of times when I get out of the shower, and I have this it's a self massage. I think I've showed it to most of you guys. It's a little contraption, and you can give yourself a self massage. You know, it's actually really good. It's got like a big ball on the end, and you know, you put a little bit of deep blue and you just rub it in. It's awesome. Love it, love it, love it. But it also gives you the digestive enzymes with the Terrazyme. The PB Assist gives you the probiotics. It's a pre and a probiotic. And then it gives you these awesome essential oils: On Guard, lemon, balance, frankincense, and lavender. This is an awesome kit as well. Now, anybody who enrolls with doTERRA with 100 PV or more, that would be any of those kits that I just showed you, gets this free Citrus Bliss. If anybody has enrolled and did not get it, make sure you let me know, okay? Because some people are maybe forgetting to put in the promo code, or whatever might happen. Just let me know and we'll make sure that we get that Citrus Bliss. That's if you had an enrollment of 100 PV or more. All right, Citrus Bliss, what is it good for? Well, it's really good for just as a perfume, right? gives you energy. It decreases stress and anxiety. Like I say, air freshener and perfume. Last week, we talked all about the toxins in our home. You need to throw away the candles, throw away the plugins, and get the Citrus Bliss diffusing. And let me tell you, you will not be sorry you did it, because diffusers are awesome and they work wonderful. And you're not worried about what you're breathing in, because it's actually good for you what you're breathing in. When you've got candles going, when you've got plugins going, you are literally killing yourself little by little by little. Okay, and anybody doubts me on that, just listen to the Zoom class from last week, because we talked all about that. Okay. Candles have been linked to so many issues. Plugins have been linked to so many issues. Why we even still sell them is a mystery to me. Okay. And I must say, I'm not saying that that I never do, never have, never will. I'm not saying that because it's very, very hard to, it's like we've been programmed to candles everywhere. It's like, oh, candles are, the thing to do, right? Yeah, it's, you can do it and it might smell good, but it's not good. It's not good. So diffusing citrus bliss or any essential oil is going to help out. You can use this for a cleaner. Very, very good for your immune system, for your lymphatic system. It's just a wonderful smell. And that is the end of my PowerPoint. I am going to, if I might, stop the share and stop the recording.